Welcome back, Lagos, Nigeria, and the rest of the world. From wherever you may be listening to us from, been seeing quite a number of comments. Even people are showing me. We see all of you. Some are joining in from outside the country. Others from far-flung corners of the country, places like Enugu and Bayelsa and Kafanchan. Really good to know you are following. So Pamela versus Miracle has come and gone. Pamela has progressed to the round of 24 tonight. One more person will progress tonight in the next battle. Eventually, we will find out who of the two battlers, the two contenders who fail to win tonight, that will remain in the contest. The interesting knowledge. Chuma, if you're able to find some comments either on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to share as we get ready, or on WhatsApp indeed.
Yeah. So somebody on WhatsApp says, good evening, Mr. Femi and the crew in the studio. Nice to hear the fan battle experience again. The contenders tried, Sha. Being the first battle, I would advise the contenders to visit the previous fan battles for better performance. Also, Mr. Femi, please, while giving the scores, I want to suggest that the name of each contender should be mentioned along with the score gotten by them. E.g. Femi 10, Chuma 9. Well done for the good job. Taiwo from Ejigbo has that one. Thank you for your comments, Taiwo. Good evening, guys.
More conversation.
Let's take this break and we'll be back shortly.
Gold. Everyone wants it. That liquid gold. From the beer worthy of the name. Brewed for those who recognize true quality. From the first sip to the last, enjoyment flows. Goldberg, the gold standard.
Not for sale to persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
This Eid, now we'll go enjoy.
Now people will waka enter Grand Square, of course.
From June 2nd, go reach 7, Grand Square, they run better discounts. We go sweet your belly. Now the Grand Eid Bonanza, discounts full ground like Kusuya for Ilea.
Special discounts on top brands for foodstuff, electronics, household, and many more. Better enjoyment they involved though.
Now celebration season with sweet savings and up to 60% off on select items.
So make you carry the whole squad. Go Grand Square for Abuja, Ikeja, VI, and Kano.
Grand Square Eid Bonanza. Ilea just got better.
Discounts everywhere. Come shop with no wahala.
From June 2nd to the 7th, you know where to be.
It's Grand Square. Come and shop with glee.
All right, class, settle down. Today, let's talk about how you started your day.
We got dressed and had pancakes with John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for breakfast.
My mom makes John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for us too.
My mom calls it instant goodness. My sister and I always put it inside our pap. It's so yummy.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate is a chocolate drink made of rich cocoa, milk, and sugar. Available nationwide in stores. John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
Guy, I don't cash out from Bet King Casino. Send your ass and make I run you something.
Boss, bless your boy too now.
I beg you, my oga, make it no pass me.
Ogala, make it toss me too.
Oh yeah, make una send the Aza. But you say fit become Odogu with 2,500 times multiplier for Bet King Casino games. The power to win bigger is in your hands. Download the Bet King app and register today using the promo code FREEBETS to enjoy 100 Naira instant bonus and other exciting offers. Terms and conditions apply. Not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
All right. Business meeting in Banjul on Monday, then back to Lagos for the family dinner on Tuesday. Oh, can't wait for the boat cruise in Banjul on Wednesday. And then Friday, I will...
Hold up, all in 1 week? Do you realize Banjul isn't just across the street?
Well, with ValueJet's new routes, it's easier than ever.
That's right. Enjoy affordable flights, reliable service, and a smooth travel experience with ValueJet from Lagos to Banjul and back. Come along and experience Banjul, the smiling coast of Africa, with us. Book now at www.flyvaluejet.com.
ValueJet. Wish for everyone.
Wait now, no bonus for all my lines. No panic, as MTN don't carry better gist come. Every 6 minutes you talk, MTN go dash you 3 extra minutes. Fiam to enter MTN better gist. Dial *123 *2 *1 hash or text BG to 312. T and C's apply.
Hey guys, there's great food, amazing people, lively music. Yeah, but the vibe is missing.
I know what this party needs. Bartender, it's time for Seagram's Imperial Black Whiskey.
Okay, sir.
Guys, this is the vibe of Nigeria. Cheers! Every celebration needs an Imperial Black Whiskey. Seagram's Imperial Black Whiskey celebrates the vibe of Niger. Not for pregnant women and persons under the age of 18. Drink responsibly.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development and the care they need with the new NanKid 4, with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics to help your child's digestion and development, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. And all of these work together to support your child's development and growth today and tomorrow. NanKid 4, nourish your child's potential.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's game on.
Welcome back, Lagos, Nigeria, and the rest of the world. It is time now for the second battle of Fan Battle 4, second of the night and second of a total of 53 battles, which will go on in the next several weeks. For the remainder of this week, of the working week, there will be 2 battles per night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then on Saturday, starting from 1 p.m. on Saturday, same time as Sunday, there will be four battles on Saturday and on Sunday. We are making our way to the ultimate fan battler for season 4. Let's meet the 2 individuals who form the contestants for this second battle of the day. I would like to start with the contestant in the blue corner. Also, the proposition corner. The topics had been given to them before today, and the decision had been made as to how they will argue on that occasion. So, we would see how they perform on the night. Lagos, let's meet the first of 2. He's 26, he's an administrative assistant. He supports Liverpool and AC Milan globally. Locally, he's a fan of Remo Stars. His name is Habeeb Kuranga. Habeeb Kuranga joins this battle. Welcome, Habeeb. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Femi. Let me just permit me to use that for this show. I know you always say that we should not, but at least we should give respect to whoever is due to. And I really, really appreciate to be here once more. And thank you very much for the opportunity, Mr. Femi.
Thank you very much. But from here on after, please make it Femi or whatever else you want to call. But okay. His opponent in the red corner. He's 30. He's between jobs. He supports Chelsea globally and Sunshine Stars locally. His friends called him Shadi Baba. His name, Shadrach Iwajero. Welcome, Shadi Baba. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's good to have you in the contest, Shadrach. Welcome. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
For both of you, who has been in the battle ball?
No.
Neither of you. Because of experience too. So, first battle, second battle, first timers. All right, brilliant. If memory is team 31, the 32 contestants are first timers, which is a very good thing. All right. You know the rules at this. You have 3 rounds. The first round is open round. Okay, you have 2 minutes each. But it, and then we'll give you 5 minutes after round where you face each other and have a banter and a conversation. The way you would banter football with your friends at the viewing centers and all of that. Make it civil. We'll give you 5 minutes. If there is any need to add to it, I will use my discretion. After which I'll give you 2 minutes each to close. For that banter round, we'll see the floor just to open the conversation to the opposer. Okay? To the opposer, to the opposition. It doesn't mean that you have to wait for him to make a speech for a minute or it's conversation, just as the conversation starts, all right? And then you can take it from there. Is that clear? Any questions, gentlemen?
No, sir.
Beautiful. This battle, your topic is whether super clubs like Manchester City and Real Madrid stifle broader competition in Europe. The super clubs like Manchester City and Real Madrid stifle broader competition in Europe. It's fantastic to know that Man City is being called a super club. That's fantastic work done in the last decade or so. Habeeb, you are the proposition, so you will start first. Shadrach, you are the opposition. You will take your time in the sun in the banter rounds. Are you ready, gentlemen? You ready?
Yes.
All right. So for 2 minutes, we'll go straight into the opening round. Habeeb, you have the floor. Your time starts right now.
Thank you very much. Over the years, dominant forces have been able to survive in their game-winning status and always try as much as possible to rule over the weaker ones for a very long period of time. And this can also be translated to football, where super elite clubs like Manchester City, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, as well as Paris Saint-Germain have been able to remain at the top echelon as far as the beautiful game is concerned. And how have they been able to do this? First is actually their financial strength, where these clubs have been able to outbid at most these clubs into overacting and alluring top of the wood. And the actually in the prestige of the monotony Real Madrid, who have always been using this tactic to lure, to poach and lure top talents all over the world and further cripple their opposition, most especially to the smaller clubs, and to remain dominant in European football. And we've also seen the like some clubs that are operating the multi-tier club, where they will actually run more than one club, most especially Manchester City, who actually own various clubs both in Europe as well as in other continents, notably in Europe, Girona, as well as Troyes in French Ligue 1. And they've been able to use these clubs to sign top players that their main clubs maybe they don't really need them currently, but they've been able to sign these prospects that would in turn turn to world class in the future. And whenever these players are really shaped into the kind that needed, we will now sign these players with really low amount of money, thereby trying as much as possible to be competitive over a long period of time. These the dominant have been able to show that they've been able to full the smaller clubs of competition, as well as their ability to go pound for pound with them every season. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I recommend that you use your headphones going forward, if you could. Okay, if you can hear. So when the bell goes and the applause starts, just finish that idea. Okay, good. Just complete that idea and take it from there. All right. I would also recommend, is there a delay in the device you use? using? No delay. Okay, brilliant. All right. So you heard Habeeb do his opening round. The topic, once again, borders on super clubs like Manchester City. Do super clubs like Manchester City and Real Madrid stifle broader competition in Europe? Habeeb says yes, he's proposing. Shadrach will say no, he is opposing. Shadrach, you have 2 minutes to open, your battle, and your 2 minutes start now.
Ladies and gentlemen, while it is easy to point fingers at Super Club and blame them for the struggles of others, let's not confuse dominance with the destruction of competition. The claim super clubs like Manchester City and Real Madrid prevent broader competition in Europe is not just flawed, it is false. Ride with me as I up and debunk this myth with fact, quotes, and clear logic that Super Club does not prevent broader competition in Europe. First of all, I'll present to you what FFP is, financial fair play. The UEFA competition brought in financial fair play to give smaller clubs the opportunity to also compete in these competitions. Also, there was the introduction of larger participation in the Champions League this season, where we saw the group, the league stage from 10 to 16, which gave opportunity to smaller clubs to also be inculcated into this competition. We had the introduction of Conference League 4 years ago. Now, this Conference League was brought in to give smaller clubs the exposure into European competition. Now, you would tell me that the bigger teams or the super clubs have stifled the competition. I would say no. You mentioned financial distance. Manchester City came in around 2006 or 2005. They were not an household name when it comes to winning trophy or coming to the Champions League every season, just like they do now. Or they brought in the finance. But the finance they brought in not bring them Champions League trophy until just 2 years past. They were also defeated by Monaco in 2016. The Monaco they were defeated by Lyon. And also when it got to their first Champions League, defeated by Chelsea was that time, not as what Manchester City brought in financially. They were shown dominance. Real Madrid, now you mentioned them, they were defeated by Stade Donetsk. Almost Lyon was like a booty, and they all lost that this thing because of the financial distance. So I would say that super clubs do not stifle the competition. Instead, they make it more competitive. They raise the standard.
Thank you very, very much. So the opening rounds are both done between these two fine gentlemen. We'll now go into the banter rounds. The judges determine these two performed in that round. You can go at it with floor to at least comment the conversation on what we're saying or what they want to go, and that would be you, Shadrach. You ready? Any question at this point? No question. You're clear. All right. Then I'm going to find it and we'll decide where you'd more time. If you're ready, the time now.
So it's Leon now Tuesday, but that doesn't assist. So what about our sustainability in terms of jobs, trying as much as possible to go on with these teams over the years? This let me take for example a Monaco side of 16-17 season actually just came in, and all of it sudden the likes of Bernardo Silva, Thomas, and Kylian Mbappe, Fabio Tavares, and the likes. They won the French League One. They reached the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League. But what happened after that season? Why have they not been able to replicate performance? Was it that this same side that I've mentioned really keep on showing in the season? Not only in European competition. The topic is actually talking about Europe generally. It's also based about domestic competition. We talk about the Leicester City side of the 16th season also, where they paraded the likes of N'Golo Kante. They had Riyad Mahrez, Danny Drinkwater, where they won the league. What happened the following season? All these players also that were strong by these super teams. Chelsea actually two of these players. Manchester signed players.
Now, let me remind you that dominance or you portraying to be super club is not consistent. Now let's look at Manchester United. For example, the current Manchester United is a shadow of what it was before. Now, Manchester United going to the Europa League final for 3 times now. They have not won it. Beaten by Villarreal, beaten by Tottenham. The Manchester United we know we go into finals and win it. Now look at Chelsea. Chelsea Conference League. We can see it's a competition, a European competition. But Chelsea we know are always in the Champions League. Now look at Manchester City. The rise of Manchester City. Now the Manchester City is a good example of teams that UEFA has given the opportunity. Now, Manchester City during the 2006 or so, thereabout, they were never in the absolute name of winning trophies or getting into the Champions League every season. But with consistency and good strategy and management, they were able to get into this every season. They get into the Champions League and make name for them. Look at Liverpool after the dominance of the days of Benitez. Now, Liverpool came in, was never in the Champions League for a lot of seasons until Jurgen Klopp came in and changed the distance. And even with that, they were defeated in the Europa League final by Sevilla. Now, you cannot tell me that super clubs stifle them because of financial distance. Now, you're talking about finance. The FFP was brought in just to click this. Now, we also have the Premier League. Now, Leicester you mentioned, Leicester won the league where there was Arsenal, there was Chelsea, there was Liverpool, there was Man City. And Leicester came in, beat Man City back to back and won the league and put Arsenal behind. Arsenal has not won this league for years now. Even in the Champions League, they are not also performing. And they have spent a lot. Now, you cannot tell me financial struggle or financial strength is the only reason, or is it the only thing that you will tell me this thing.
What happened after that season? You talk about Liverpool.
Now, they might have not gone further after that season. The only reason why is that they are not a good strategy. Messi had a good strategy and they grew up from there and became an household name. They became a competitor every season.
Okay. So what are Manchester City? What do you call Manchester City?
Now you
what do you call Manchester City? What do you call Manchester City? Listen to what do you call Manchester City?
PSG has been spending without yielding result until this season. So you can't tell me that they just rise to the top echelon.
Definitely they have been able, listen, in as much as a team have been able to rise to that top and they've not been able to falter, definitely they've been able to click the gear. What about the smaller, relatively smaller clubs that we're talking about? I've actually mentioned the likes of Monaco. I've actually mentioned the likes of Leicester City. What about the Borussia Dortmund side that won the league back-to-back season under Jurgen Klopp? What happened to them? What happened? You can see how Bayern Munich actually put their players first with Mario Götze, second with Lewandowski, now with Martinez. What happened to them after then? They actually crumbled. This is what we are talking about.
Because they have a structure.
Because
they might not have won the league every season like this Madrid and Barcelona.
They are major powers in football. They make sure that they give you the opportunity to win trophies.
And how much are they spending every season?
They make sure that they give you better wages. They also make sure that they put you on the global level.
Gentlemen, we need to hear you.
And they also make sure that they put you on a global level to ensure that you are able to attract sponsorships from better and bigger brands. So you have trophies to win, you have better wages, you all have the opportunity to be sponsored by bigger players. So these things are the major reason you spark up why the Super Club have been able to stifle this.
Can I ask you, do you have younger ones? You have younger siblings?
Yeah, I'm the last one of my family.
You being wealthy, does it mean that your younger siblings cannot be wealthy?
That's not the equation here. That's not the point here. That's not the point.
That's not the point here. That's the point. Because you telling me that you being wealthy does not mean your junior ones or your younger siblings you will not be wealthy. Because they also have to rise, especially using your influence to rise. Now the dominant.
So you are telling me that Manchester City are brothers to Aston Villa? Are you telling me that Manchester City are brothers to Leicester City? So what are you talking about? What you're talking about doesn't have any correlation.
Let me start with the
Manchester City can't actually listen to me. Listen to me. The example you actually said
because of good strategy. Same with Atletico Madrid in the Spanish league. Same with
listen to me.
Aston Villa.
Can you listen to me?
Aston Villa are becoming a good team.
You actually talked about my family, right? Okay. So listen to me. If I have a brother and I'm wealthy, definitely I will show him the way. So Manchester, are you telling me that if Manchester City, now that they are a current superpower, they will actually show the way to the likes of Wolverhampton Wanderers, to the likes of Brentford? Why? Because they are not siblings. So what? Your example, definitely they are not the same. So you can't really point that out.
You use that
I've actually said the financial strength of these teams have been able to put them on top. These teams also have the prestige, the privilege, the pedigree that
to grow
they
up
always use to stifle
big wages. They buy these players young.
Also,
give them young contracts.
I also mentioned the example of multi-tier ownership. Manchester City own Troyes. They actually own what's it called, Girona in the Spanish La Liga. And the players that they don't need currently, they always try as much as possible to sign these players to this team. And whenever the time has come, they always try to bring them back.
All right. Thank you very, very much. Spirited debate. We will now go straight into the closing argument. So we will just build on it. The points you are making, you will get 2 minutes each. Habeeb, you closed out there. You have 2 minutes to drive your points home and no more. Your time starts now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Femi. Talking about the European, the top clubs, actually, we've been able to see them over and over the years. They always dominate. Even if they have this, that doesn't mean that they will falter compared to these smaller clubs. Whenever these smaller clubs, relatively smaller clubs, actually win trophies, you barely see them punching above their weight. The following season, I've actually mentioned the examples, just like Borussia Dortmund of Jurgen Klopp's days, where they won the back-to-back Bundesliga title. But what happened after then? They actually got their players poached by their rivals in the Bundesliga. They actually saw Mario Götze, Lewandowski left on a free transfer, as well as Mats Hummels, who also left for Bayern Munich. This same thing also happened with Girona. They actually points above their weight last season, where they nearly won the La Liga title. But what happened this season after they sold the likes of Artem Dovbyk, they sold the likes of Savinho to Manchester City, this same club that actually owned Girona. They also sold Eric Garcia. So all these players that were key for them, it's actually affected them, which actually made sure that they were not able to replicate the performance of the previous season. I think Girona actually finished just 2 places below the relegation zone this season. Imagine a team that was actually competing to win the league title a season before. So all these things, they are actually some of the problems of these smaller clubs, because these bigger clubs always find a way to cripple them, to make sure that they don't have the power, they don't have the ability to go pound for pound with them season in, season out. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And so, he rests his case. The judges have taken note of that. It's an opportunity now for his opponent in the red opposition corner to land his final punches. Are you ready, Shadrach?
Yes.
So you heard Habeeb. It's time now for Shadrach. Shadrach, you have 2 minutes. It starts now.
Now, Klopp said, and I quote, "Success in football is earned. It is not sold at the top of a balance sheet." Also never said, you can't punish excellence simply because it's consistent. So with this quote and fact, I tell you that super clubs does not prevent broader competition in Europe. Now, you mentioned all those clubs. Now, let me give you start giving you by example. Now, look at Napoli, for example. Napoli, in the last 3 years, have become a title contender. Now, in 3 years, they have won the title twice. Now, they sold Osimhen, who was the highest goal scorer in the Serie A. They sold Cavaschella to PSG just in January, and they still made and won the league. Now, you can't tell me that because of that, other teams that have not been able to replicate what they had in the previous season, that they can't do. Now, I've told you now, strategy and good development is what is required for you to continue to dominate. Just as Manchester City, I said, have been doing it over the years. Now, Manchester City sold a lot of players, even from when they beat the board. They sold Gerard, they sold Sané, the receiver went, but they still kept on the dominance, despite they having a lot of money. But they bought the right players. They had the right strategy. Now, look at Liverpool, for example. Liverpool are getting the right players over the years since when they hired a Jurgen Klopp. They have been getting the right players. Now, look at it. Even this season, after we they have got Ruiz. Now, that means next season they want to continue from where they stop. They want to go on from where they have. Look at Madrid, for example. Now, the coach Simeone has been there for years. Now, been selling. The bought players and players they have sold, and they kept on dominating. You cannot tell me because other clubs have failed to continue the dominance. Now, it's a dominance, not a monopoly. Now, the other clubs have failed to continue. It does not mean the other clubs club that does not have the strategy. Look at Valencia and Villarreal that had the dominance before Atletico Madrid. They are back because of the good strategy. Now, good strategy is required. Now, before other clubs with good strategy, they are look at them for example. Not first came from the championship. Now they have not won the league or they have not done anything and going to the championship. But got to their first European season after a long while because they have good strategy continue over the 3 years now. They have been upright. They are it's dominant, not monopoly. And Super Club does not stifle this broader competition in Europe because of financial reasons and more.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So this battle finally comes to a close. The judges determine how you both performed. We'll take a break, allow them to go through the numbers. When we come back, we will share their decision with our listening audience.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Alright class, settle down. Today, let's talk about how you started your day.
We got dressed and had pancakes with John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for breakfast.
My mom makes John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for us too.
My mom calls it instant goodness. My sister and I always put it inside our pap. It's so yummy.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate is a chocolate drink made of rich cocoa, milk, and sugar. Available nationwide in stores. John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
This Eid, now we'll go enjoy.
Now people will waka enter Grand Square, of course.
From June 2nd, go 7 Grand Square, they run better discounts. We go sweet your belly. Now the Grand Eid Bonanza, discounts full ground like suya for Ilea.
Special discounts on top brands for foodstuff, electronics, household, and many more. Better enjoyment they involved though.
Now celebration season with sweet savings and up to 60% off on items.
Like carry the whole squad. Grand Square for Abuja, Iket, VI, and Kano.
Grand Square Eid Bonanza, it looks better.
Discount everywhere. Shop no wahala.
June 27th, you know where to be.
It's Grand Square. Come and shop with glee.
Oh, what did happen now? No bonus for all my. No panic, as MTN don't carry better gist. Come every 6 minutes you talk. MTN go dash you 3 extra minutes. Fiam to enter MTN better gist. Dial *123 *2 *1 hash or text BG to 312. T and C's apply.
Alright, class, slow down. Take out for your day.
And had pancakes with John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate.
My mom makes John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for us.
Calls it instant goodness. My sister and I always put in our pap. It's so yummy.
John 3-in-1 chocolate is a chocolate drink made rich cocoa, milk, and sugar. Available nationwide in stores. John Vance 3-in chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain? It's Toby Chio. My goodness.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Able to development with new naked bowls to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. Naked nourish your child's potential.
Has Insurance as a championship, man.
Dear parents and school principals, your child beats winner. Application is now open for the 25 Hares Insurance SA Championship. 10.5 million naira worth of prizes to be won. To participate, students in SS1 to JSS3 are required to write a 500-word essay on the topic, the role of insurance. Essay on our website. Teach yourself left out too. You could win up to 4 million cash and special gift. Visit www.haresinsuranceGroup.com/essay. That is HERS. Application closes July 8, 2025. Brought to you by Hares Insurance Group.
Now so I did on my own. Now a message enter my phone. I can't come. Fear. Now so my money want go. Fear. Hey. If to say na AirTel you use them first touch for you click down. AirTel they customers then alert customers with AI powered service. So make sure Mugu for Wuru scam messages. So this me self they join AirTel.
A reason to imagine.
See as you just dey cash out the bag. Come so for your party now, make I fit that thing like you.
My guy, na better no rubber it oh. Hey, just refer your party them and both of una go get 1,000 naira free each.
Just like
that.
So, you share your code with your people, make una start the win. Better no. The game don start to. You no go fit play if you never reach 18. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply.
This Eid, I will go enjoy.
We waka enter Grand, of course.
From June 2nd to 7 Grand Square, there is a discounts. We go sweet your belly. Non-Eid bonanza. Discounts full ground like suya for Ilea.
Special discounts on top brands for foodstuff, electronics, household, and many more. Better enjoyment they involved though.
Now celebration season with savings and up to 60% off on select items.
So make you carry the whole squad. Go Grand Square for Abuja, Ikeja, be and
Grand Square bonanza. Ilea just got that.
Discount everywhere. Come shop with Noah.
From June 2nd to the 7th. Unit to
it's Grand Square. Come and shop with Glee.
Original number one prayer, the most man synapse. It got to stamp up 30 seems don't get so but I check your calendar with you January to December and then you make it go enter. See my synapse, your number one prayer.
See my synapse comes in premium, classic annual variants. Now secure more assured blessings. Siemens Schnapps, the original number one prayer drink.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station. Talk. Let's talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it's game on.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Well, while we're enjoying Fan Battle Season 4, battle number 2 for the opening night of action. Before we go back to our host, Femi Daniels, for the announcement of results, I need to inform you that we're preparing also for the one-play draws for the night. You heard when I mentioned earlier that there will be a massive jackpot on the this Friday, actually. You know, June... What's that? Today's June 3, so Friday should be like June 6 or 7 if my memory serves me right. But on Friday, we're going to have some jackpot for the Salah celebration. 10 million naira on the cards for you to push for, all right, across our 3 stations. And you can play on Nigeria Info by dialing *347 *880 *3 hash, *347 *880 *3 hash. Or using the website www.oneplay.ng. So it's a double blessing for you. You can win tonight, but even if you don't win tonight, your entry is still in the draw for the Salah jackpot on Friday. You can have a share of 10 million naira. Just have a share from that. It's massive, isn't it? So give it a try. It's going to cost you only 500 naira for each entry of yours. And like you heard, our jackpot winner from last Friday who won 150,000 naira. He said he played just once last week. 500 naira last week led him to winning 150,000 naira. That can be your portion with no repercussion as we continue with this discussion. So jump on it to the fullest proportion if you can. *347 *880 *3 hash and www.oneplay.ng. For tonight, we'll have draws to give out 40,000 naira each to several winners. Good luck to you in advance. When you play, please ensure your phone is close to you, because just before 10 p.m. windows are still us. Again, look time. Back to Daniels.
And yes, welcome back. It's decision time. Just before we've seen intro comment and we'll share those with you in a bit. So, would like we're looking at the time now. Could we take a few seconds to hear from the judges what they made of these Sun Battle all day?
I think it was more first and best. It's a more interesting battle. The guys came in ready at the back and forth. They also had to banter against each other. I think it's getting better from here.
All right. Yeah, judges.
And for me, and also it's important to say, yes, the fire was there. It was interesting, but I also want to add, it's very important in the banter, in quality of arguments and not necessarily your voice, because as it was lost out hearing the voice, it was a battle of is where I can really make out what each person was saying. And you don't want to be the person quiet when your opponent is raising their voice and very quiet, and you're like, okay, this is the person, because that might necessarily not tilt the scale in your favor. But I want to say, going forward, yes, have the fire, yes, have the spirit, but more importantly, the quality of your point over your voice, because you could raise your voice and shout and you're not necessarily saying anything, and what could be an easy win might end up being a draw for you.
All right, brilliant. Before Lisa goes, Habeeb, could you please bend this? Thank you.
Well, good one, guys. Good battle, especially when it came to your banter. You both went for it. I'll go with what Queen Lizzie talked about, bringing your arguments, bringing your points. But I thought you both brought the fire. That was very important. For the first round, you both had a bit of a shaky start. But you brought it in the second round and the third round. So we might see any of you or both of you next round for bringing the fire in tonight's battle.
Thank you very much.
Comments now?
Yes. Okay. Take a few.
Yeah, going to Facebook, we're streaming from Nigeria 499.3. You can join the on live and see what's happening in the studio, and also debate even better. The two guys doing very well. Up, guys. Mario Ridwan, okay. He says, brilliant. Well, Anselm Okwe also said something about how interesting it is. Fire for fire, the two guys are good, as he puts it. And this one from Chike Steven says, I love this fan battle game. At least I have something to fall back to after the shambolic Champions League final. I think it was planned. Yeah, that's what Femi and the Gang planned for you, actually.
Yeah, let's give you a miserable Champions League final so that we can then compensate you with the fan battle. And you will be here. You'll be hearing a lot of European football banter, Champions League banter in the days ahead. Just to remind you, before we go into the scorecard, we've seen the first battle. The loser there will join the loser in a vote to determine who progresses. For this week, before the end of tomorrow, I think tomorrow's battle, we will show what that voting platform will be. We had some setbacks today, and so the voting platform is not ready. I would let you know. But remember, in the first battle today, you saw Miracle go up against Pamela. Miracle was the guy, Pamela was the lady, and in the end, by narrow margins, Pamela had won it, which means Miracle is up for eviction, and it is you, the audience, who will mean whether he gets evicted. I know you love to listen here. You were always on my mind when we evict people at night. But for this first, because we need you to get to know these cons first. So the first eviction on Friday, you will follow through, and you'll have the opportunity to announce to you to vote for them. When that time comes, remember tonight that you'll be voting for either
Miracle.
Yes, Miracle, who is out, and whoever else will go out now, Shadrach and Habeeb. Having said that, this is how the judges have scored. In this debate, Judge Chuma gives round one as a draw between Habeeb and Shadrach. He gives round three as a draw between Habeeb and Shadrach. But the decider for him is the banter round, which he gives as 10-7 in favor of Habeeb. So it's 30-26 for him. Taking me to the scorecard of Judge Lizzie. Judge Lizzie scores the first round 10-7 in favor of Shadrach. 10-7. Do we want to look at your scoring again?
Yeah.
So that total is 27. 30-27. 30-27 for Chuma, and that is advantage Habeeb. So Judge Lizzie has it first round 10-7 in favor of Shadrach. Round 2, she decided it's a draw. For the closing round, round 3, she also decided it's a draw. So at this point, Shadrach wins Judge Lizzie's voting by 30-27. Meanwhile, it means both of them are tied at this point, bringing it to the scorecard of George Olisa. Olisa scores 2 rounds as draws. The banter round is 10-10. The third round is 10-10. The difference is his first round. In that first round, George Olisa scores it 10-7. So it is 30-27 again. For your winner, by split decision, Lagos, Nigeria, and beyond. A warm round of applause for the winner of Battle 2, Shadrach Iwajero Daddy Baba. Congratulations to you, Shadrach.
Thank you.
Yeah, the tension was high for you. You didn't think it was going to happen. But it did happen. Again, it is well within the margins. The scorecard for this battle is 86-82. You won the scorecards of 2 of the judges, and that is why you are progressing. But even then, it is by a slim 2-point margin, 86-84. This is how tense it can get on this stage. Habeeb, you were brilliant. Where do you think you lost it?
Well, I think I actually did all I could, and thanks to this fierce debater there, because it's been long, I actually was on top of my voice, even in viewing centers. I don't usually, make too much noise, but when it started, I was like, I can't keep, mute and him going all the way, so I had to let that lost beast in me out. And all thanks to him, he's actually a fierce debater, and he did well with his points, the way he articulated it. I really got something more, because all I was doing was actually where will the points come out from, so as for me to counter it before coming into the studio. And he actually came up with 2 points that I was not anticipating at all, and kudos to him. So I was not able to really counter him. So yeah, I think that's where I lost. Yeah,
understandable. But you've been a fierce competitor, and I'm sure even Shadrach can attest to that. You've given it a good fight tonight. It wasn't enough in the end, but you live to fight another day. Remember, it is really not the end of your contest. And the reason is because the audience will now vote between you, Habeeb, and Miracle, who lost in the first battle of the day. That decision will be made even more clear tomorrow. So either you or Miracle will exit. We'll let you know as the voting occurs during the course of the week. All right? Thank you very much, Lagos, for being a part of this. There will be a lot more information. Fan Battle has rested for like 2-3 seasons, the 3 years now, since we saw succeed against all odds here in 2022. So this, the Fan Battle did not hold in 2023 and 2024. It's such a fine pleasure to bring it back. Usually, we try to leave 1 year in between. And the reason why I personally like to leave a year in between, on this occasion it was 2 years, is to be able to track the progress of the talents that we see during Fan Battle, to give them time before we introduce new talents, because we also use the benefit of Fan Battle to look at tomorrow's bright spots. And you would remember that final if you were here, if you had seen that final in 2022 between Success and Lima. two names that you've come to identify with Nigeria Info in the last few years, and they still get to be part of the broadcast from time to time when they can manage it. They were both students at the time. I reckon they are both now graduates. They've even served, and they are literally professional. If I'm not mistaken, I am absolutely certain of Lima having done her service and being a professional, and I believe same for success. I'll get that clarification. So thank you very much, Lagos. As we come back tomorrow at 7. It was a bit rough around the edges today. We could not start in good time. Tomorrow we will start at 7 on the dot. There will be 2 further debates. Before we do go, however, if you haven't entered into the draw, the one play draw, I guess Chuma would probably give you a couple more minutes so that he can give as many persons the opportunity to enter into it as possible. But before that, also an opportunity to let you know what you need to do once more.
Yeah, thank you so much, Femi. So it's always fun to have people get money, more so at this time in the country. And you can get some money for yourself tonight, as well as the Salah jackpot on Friday. There's a 10 million naira purse on Friday that will be shared across several persons around our 3 sister stations, Nigeria Info, Cool FM, and Wazobia FM, Nigeria Info, with millions to give out to you across all of our shows, of course. And once you play from Monday to Friday, your entry is in the draw to have a share of that cash. Tonight, too, we do have money for you, as we do every other time we come around for our shows. 40,000 naira each for several winners. Star 347, star 880, star 3 hash. That's star 347, star 880, star 3 hash. And www.oneplay.ng. Oneplay.ng. What is it going to cost you? Only 500 naira for each entry of yours. It's a lottery game, sure. Naturally, with lotteries, the more you play, the better your chances of winning. Well, if you had joined us earlier, you heard the testimony of the man who won 150,000 naira from a Game On show on the jackpot draw last Friday. He said throughout the course of the week, he played just once. That 500 naira was enough to give him 150,000. That could also be your story, or even better. So you can play right now by dialing star 347, star 880, star 3 hash, or oneplay.ng, the website. I'll be going in for the draws in the coming minutes.
Brilliant. So do we still have Shadrach in the building?
No. Miracle.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Find out for me. You can usher him in. It also means at this stage that as you have progressed, Shadrach, you will get to meet up. You have the schedule, so you will know how you are going to who you are going to go up against in the next round, which would very, very likely be whoever finishes third from a different group. However, there is also something that we must do, which is the judges. At this stage of the competition, as judges, you have got to determine who of the 2 sets of debaters you saw today, the 2 winners, who was the stronger, because we will seed the stronger of the 2 winners today in the next round. So, and you are free to take turns to share your thoughts with regards to these 2 debates. In the first one, it was Pamela who won against a Miracle. In the second debate, we saw Shadrach prevail over Habeeb. So, who wants to go first, judges?
No, I'm trying to go first. I want to go first with a few comments too on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Israel from Shasha on WhatsApp says, good evening to the elders, Oga Femo and Oga Chuma, the Rhyme Master. I hail you. Habeeb and Shadrach did well. They brought in the energy we needed. Kudos to them. And this one says, in all my fault finding, I would prefer Habeeb based on the phrase Shadrach uses, that thing. I choose Habeeb. I'm Chike from Ebutemeta. Okay. Thank you for your thoughts.
What's the phrase again?
You know, certain times when he was analyzing, he like that thing, you know.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
So seeding for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna sound funny because I did not vote for her to win as a judge, or I did not think that from my POV she won the last battle. But she's the one I'll seed, Pamela. I think for me it's about the composure and the presentation. Shadrach is great; he came with the facts. But as somebody who is very keen on seamless presentation on radio, Pamela will cut it for me.
Okay. So Chuma votes Pamela. Judges, who wants to go next?
Yes, I think I'll seed Shadrach because he clearly brings his points. With a little bit of touches here and there, I think he'll be a very fierce competitor, very fierce debater, fan battler going forward because I think he can knock you out with his points, and he has a very good start when he tells you things about FFP regulations and cues from there. You know, he makes you listen to him. So I think people have to watch out for him.
All right, Lizzie, Judge Lizzie, it comes down to you.
Okay, this is difficult for me because I'm thinking this, that, and sometimes also the quality of your opponent matters in the battle. Once you start the banter stage, you're checking each other out. But for the sake of the first and second today, and to give respect to also the opponents, not just the people that won the battle, I'm going to also give it to Shadrach as the top seed for this for today's battle. Because of the quality of the opponents they faced and how they navigated those opponents.
All right. So, Shadrach, you'll be seeded. You will go up against whoever finishes third, one of the two losers from Group B. This has been a Group A battle. So you will go up against whoever finishes last, or whoever is saved from eviction in Group B, while Pamela will go up against the second winner from tomorrow's Group B battle. So you will go up against whoever is saved from tomorrow's battle. Is that clear? All right. That said, it's time for our draw, Chuma, or is there any other housekeeping to do?
Yeah, we're going to go in for that draw straight away so we can put a smile on somebody's face and end the show on a high by ensuring somebody has cause to get some money added to their account. So I'm going in, as always, to the One Play portal, draw winner.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.